Hi everyone. Something piqued my interest this week when we saw the notification of some new actions and connectors that have been released for Nintex Workflow Cloud. Something that a lot of people have asked for over the journey is optical character recognition. So I was very pleased to see that we have added that as a native capability using the application OCRSpace. All right, so let's have a quick look at where you can get more information. Let's have a look at OCRSpace and let's build a really quick workflow. So if you jump to help.nintex.com, click on Nintex Workflow Cloud Help Documentation and go to Connectors, you'll find OCRSpace. So the two new actions that have been introduced are OCR and image and OCR and image URL. And then you can find out all of the information that's required to actually get those working and up and running. Now you will need an API key from OCRSpace. Not too much of a difficult thing to do. You just register with them, confirm your email, and then they will fire off an API key. So OCRSpace is a free OCR API online. You can actually have a play with it online to see what it's going to do for you. And much of this configuration has been added as Nintex Workflow Cloud Actions, which is pretty cool. There's where you get that API key. So just click on the free OCR API in the top right, and that's going to generate an API key for you. So what we'll need before we can actually use the action is a connection. So let's create a new connection for OCRSpace. There we go. Connect. Connection name, I'm just going to call it the obvious, and I'm going to pop in my API key that OCRSpace has sent and connect. And just leave that as me. And I've got my new connection. So I'm going to create a new workflow. Really simple workflow. I'm just going to ingest a PDF. Let's say it's an invoice or something that's come in from a scanner or whatever, or it's in my email. Now remember, we can use Nintex RPA to search email. So you could actually link Nintex RPA to an incoming email inbox, download your PDF attachments, and pop them into this OCR capability, which is pretty cool. And then you can direct email workflow after that. So I'm going to create my form. I'm going to, well, this form could live on my website and have anybody upload PDFs and the like, but I'm actually going to make it an internal form, pop that to my Nintex and design my form. As I said, real simple form. Let's at least give it a label though, just to know what we're doing here. Heading 3, that sounds fine. I'll call it my invoice input form. Oops. That'll do. No logos required at this stage. Just gonna pop in a file upload, and we could make it just documents or accepted file types or change that around. So whatever you're going to accept as your input file type, it can also help with configuring the action as well, because there are options for the file type and so on. So I'm just going to apply changes. That's all I'm getting from my form. And I'll open up the OCR. There we go. So I'll drag in my OCR and image action, and we'll take a look at the config real quick. So I need a connection, obviously. There we go. And the file. So because the file upload control within Nintex Forms is actually a collection, we are going to have to iterate through the collection. So we're going to need an action before this, which is a get item from collection. Now I'm just going to make the assumption here that we're only uploading one image. However, if it was multiple images, you will need a loop to loop through the collection and get the item from that collection. But I'm doing this for speed, and I'm going to store the variable from the collection as a file. There we go. All right, so I've got my item from collection, collection being my file upload control in my form. Now I want to OCR that image. The image that I'm going to OCR is my file variable. There we go. That's the one from that previous action. Pop that in. And you'll see all of these configuration options within the PDF or within the OCR action are configurable. So if you're doing anything prior to this, you're setting variables or it's coming in from the form, you can actually play around with that. So we're going to take PDFs only. You can detect orientation. Is it a searchable PDF? So on and so forth. So it's worth having a look at OCRSpace before you get stuck into the action, just to see what all these sort of config options are, or help.nintex.com. I need my OCR result, which is a variable, and it's an object. Lots of things come back as an object from OCRSpace. So you're then going to have the option with what you want to do with that. So I'm going to go with my, save this as an OCR result, create an insert. And then we're just going to do a loop for each in the object. So we're going to just log something to the instance details for now. So I'm going to loop through my output, my object, again, because it could be multiple. So my target collection here is my OCRSpace object. It's the results from that object. So that's what I want to insert. And you can see here all of the different options and bits of information that OCR space will actually return you. So you've got error, you've got the searchable PDF URL, you've got the parsed text, which is what we're going to be most interested in, so on and so forth. So let's pop that in. And I'm just going to be really boring here and just log it to instance details. Now you've obviously got the ability to do things like branch by condition. So remember, you're getting that result back. So you're getting the parsed text from the OCR'd image. So if I go my loop for each object, the current item in the loop, my parsed text is text. That's going to just come back with everything that's been PDF, that's been OCR'd as the PDF. So I could go through that, regular expressions, for instance, query it, does it contain a specific value, so on and so forth. So it's just going to come back as a huge block of text for now. So that's all I really wanted to do. We've seen the config, loop for each, log that to instance details. So let's publish. And I'll call this my OCRSpace demo and publish that. And launch that in a new tag. And I'm going to upload a PDF. Now I've got a simple PDF, which is just an invoice. So we'll open that up. Have a quick look. It's just a dummy invoice PDF here with plenty text, a table, some dollar values, and so on. So I just really want to prove the concept. So just going to drag that into the box to upload. Obviously, you could browse and submit. Submitted. I didn't pop a redirect on there. You can obviously redirect with Nintex Workflow Cloud Forms. So if I wanted to, go back to my Nintex or AN other. So what we're just going to do is wait for that to run and we'll open up the instance. So here's my instance. Get item from collection ran, OCR and image ran, and here is my OCR'd text. So here's everything that the image picked up from the PDF that we uploaded. So now obviously I've got the ability to do things like search for customer name or search for value or run a regular expression over the top of it. But yeah, there we go. Native optical character recognition actions in Nintex Workflow Cloud. Let us know what you think. Have a crack. Nintex.com, start a free trial, download Nintex Workflow Cloud, and keep in touch. Thanks for watching. Bye.